Hello, everyone. Hello, lovelies. This is Lynn. It is another reading from the couch on a Friday evening now. It's about almost 8 o'clock. It's been a long week and I needed my feet and legs to be up. And so here I am. You get to see the couch. All right. So the last couple of days, it's come out in the news that in Florida, a Medicaid refund that was supposed to go back to the people was 10 million of it was actually diverted to the charity that is Casey DeSantis's. And then that money was further diverted after that, allegedly. Um, and so I do want to start this reading by saying that everything mentioned here is alleged. I have a cat who is trying to get on my laptop desk, um, my laptop desk, and who wants to play with things. So I'm trying to. It's always something here. There's always a distraction. It's like I should have a squirrel that runs through when that happens, or clown music in the background that I could just automatically play. Anyway, so I have cards laid out for this to see where things are going to end up with this situation. Um, and I'll share some video in the more section below that I saw earlier about one of the state senators said that they had done an investigation and that there was enough evidence that they were going to, I believe, refer it on to the FBI. So, anyway, again, everything here is alleged. I am not there. I do not know all this information. It is just alleged because tarot is for entertainment purposes only. All right, Hershey. No, thank you, sir. I do not need your assistance. All right, so let's get into this. At the heart of the matter is the Empress in reverse. Yes, I agree, sir. Can you get down though? No, don't chew on my computer either. And this is somebody who is it's all about how to get what they want with the least amount of work. At the heart, at the heart of this is a sense of laziness and entitlement, crossed by the Ten of Pentacles upright. And this card is it's about the wealth. It's about all the trappings of wealth and that sense of obvious self-righteousness again. Um, the I'm better than you are. It just is this particular card is usually a card of abundance, and it is abundance. But in this regard, as it is a challenge, a crossing over the card that represents um, Casey DeSantis and the situation, this then becomes a negative that, the actions were likely taken because of this sense of we have to look a certain way, we have to behave a certain way, we have to do certain things, we have to show the trappings of wealth. Yeah, I can remember growing up and hearing my mom say it takes money to make money. And um, I think what we have learned over the past many years is that a lot of people who have a lot of money take other people's money to get theirs. And I do believe that may have well, let me try that again. That's what's alleged to have happened in this situation. At the foundation is the Nine of Swords. Clearly, this is up at night, a lot of anxiety. And I'm not sure if the anxiety that's involved here is what drove them to allegedly divert that money, or if the fact that they were caught, that it's been discovered, is what is causing the sleepless nights, or both, because it could certainly be both. Energy passing away is the Three of Swords, heartbreak, heartache, embarrassment, maybe. Usually, embarrassment doesn't go with this card, but it feels like embarrassment is a theme coming through on this. Like they are embarrassed because they got caught, but I think if that had not been discovered, that, it's all good. It's all good. Overarching energy is the Hermit. The Hermit is somebody who goes inside and is self-reflective. This is a person who's willing to do shadow work on themselves. But then once they do that shadow work and they feel like they have grown, they use that knowledge to light the path of others who are on the same journey. And they may not have finished their journey. In fact, if they're still in human form, they have not finished this journey. That part of the journey might be done, but their full journey certainly is not. But leading others on that path is often just as fulfilling. Let me revise that. That could very well be the silver lining of the dark cloud. So difficult issues can bring about, always in my experience, always bring about some kind of a bright future, of a positive change somehow, some way. It may be hard as hell when we're going through it, kind of like right now. Um, and yet there are so many opportunities that I can foresee for us beyond now, beyond a year from now, beyond 2 years from now, whenever it is that he, the felon in the White House who shall not be named, whenever he and his crew are gone, we have the opportunity to build. We have the opportunity to make things that were not working for us because they were so antiquated better. And as a collective, we the people, we are at a precipice of saying, all right, it's time for universal health care. It's time for universal higher education for at least a bachelor's degree. It's time. This country has the money. And if we would tax people appropriately, especially those who are particularly wealthy, there'd be no issues. All the issues that they're saying, no, we don't have enough money for this, we don't have enough money for that. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Sorry, this was not supposed to be a Lynn rant. Hang on. Energy coming to bear. Gosh. Page of Swords. Somebody young who is very reckless and really needs to take a pause before they act. This is somebody who's very creative thinker. This might be a legal mind that's helping with the accusations and representation of their case. And if so, I get the feeling there's going to be some twists and turns that this person brings. And um, I don't know if this is a prosecution side or the defense side, but either way, Whoever this person is, they need to slow down. They need to double check everything because if they don't, there are going to be ugly surprises. If this is on the prosecutor side, it's going to get ugly. If they don't take the time to look at everything, the defense side, the DeSantis side, will come up with something that is a shocking twist that was not expected. So only time tells. Only time tells. All right, so I have my usual three arms, legs, appendages, however we want to call them, here. So the first one is 0 to 3 months. The second one, let me hold these up because this is not easy to do on my lap on the couch, but I really needed to have my legs up today because it's been a long week and I've been in front of a desk and in front of a computer the whole week and legs down and mine just don't like it. All right, first leg, first appendage. This is the 0 to 3 months, and our first card is Six of Swords. They are trying to do their very best to distance themselves from this action, which I find very interesting. Um, it's a I didn't do it, somebody else did it. It's not my fault, it's their fault. That's what this one smells like, behaves like, looks like, you know. Um, Next we have the One of Pentacles in reverse. This is all the trappings of wealth, none of the happiness. That wealth is very, very empty. Sometimes there are things that I really, 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 really want to say, but I know I can't. You know. I'll let you take that where you want it to go. All right. Hopes and fears in the next 3 months is the star. I got big wishes. They're really, 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 really hoping that this just all goes away, that it all gets resolved, that there's no major issues from it, that the pretty people don't ever have to pay for their. Never have to pay for their, I want to say sins, but you know, who am I to judge? I've had plenty of my own. Um, in terms of, ugly moments in life that other people have judged. So I don't wish to portray that on somebody else. What I will say is that they are hoping upon hope that this just magically disappears, that they don't have to deal with it, that it just goes away, that the charges are dropped, that it goes nowhere, that it goes nowhere. Unfortunately, the outcome in the 0 to 3 month is the Fool, which means there's a new journey to be started. And that's going to take us into the 3 to 6 month period. Um, and there's the second appendage. We start with the Knight of Swords, and this is somebody who is very rash, very reckless, very dive in, damn the torpedoes. It's the attitude of we can't get ahead if we don't take a risk. If we don't take a risk, we can't get ahead. And there's also the aspect of even if we only do, even if we're only successful 10% of the time with these rash decisions. We're still successful 10% of the time. We're still making it happen. We're still moving forward. The issue here, though, is when it's so reckless, serious consequences, negative consequences occur. And that's where we're at. Next, we have the Three of Cups. They're hoping to be celebrating. And considering that this is in the 3 to 6 month, I think they have, I think they're going to see some success from whatever defense actions they put forward. And yet they're not seeing, their hopes and fears are that they see everything that's coming, but they don't. So their fear, and sorry, let me back up. That was the Four of Cups in the hopes and fears position. Um, Unfortunately, their fear is likely going to come to fruition. This is the Four of Wands in reverse. They're going to see setbacks, and they're going to be difficult setbacks, I suspect. And then for our final leg of the final appendage, we have the Two of Cups, or excuse me, Two of Pentacles in reversed, and this is the fake smile. Everything's fine. Thanks for asking. It's all good. Thanks. Um, that's what this card represents for me. It is the false, the inauthentic. So very often when you reach a position such as this, and especially when it's a high profile person, they have to do a lot of Stepford wife energy. It's the hide everything. Nothing can be authentic. Any emotions that you have to occur behind closed doors where there are no cameras, where nobody can catch you breaking down and showing weakness. When it's public facing, everything is fine. Everything is good. Everything is awesome. Life is okay until it just literally shatters. And until then, they're going to show a united front, a strong backbone, even though it is a hot mess at home. That's what I get from this card. You know, uh, never mind. Just, I don't need to explain it. I'm weird. A lot comes through, sometimes way more than the card originally intended. That's how it goes. Next, we have the world in reverse. And with this card, so in the upright position, the world is one of those, it's like a roulette wheel. A roulette wheel, it may drop on a ball that is in your favor. It may stop on one that is not. It may stop on one that's for somebody else. It may stop on one that's nobody wins. In the reverse position, nobody wins. Um, uh, so hmm, I get the sense that justice will not be served. which is sad. Oh boy. If the felon in the White House is still at it, if he's still plugging away, I strongly get the sense that he is going to help that case get dropped, and then these two are going to owe him their soul. But what they're really hoping for is balance. They know that there's going to be a price for whatever comes their way if if those charges are dropped. And if they are, what they really hope for is moderation. And when that comes up, this is the Two of Swords. They are going to have to make a really hard decision. Do they face the charges, or do they face the felon? And either way, I get the very strong sense that they're damned if they do and damned if they don't. You know, something just occurred to me, and that is in all the mob movies I've ever watched, there's a generational connection. So the children take on the actions and the debts of the parents, along with the debts that are owed to one another. Does that make sense? Um, by that I mean, nope, can't do that, can I? Can't say any of that. I really have to think about what I want to say. Because I could say some things that would land me in some really hot water, and I'll just pass on that. Thanks. All right, I think I'm going to just leave it there. So we'll see how that goes. I'll put the links down below. I appreciate your sticking around for the video. Thanks for hanging out with me on the couch tonight. Um, as we like to end each of our videos, you are made of stardust and magic. You are far more powerful than you realize, and you are profoundly loved. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week or weekend, day, evening, wherever you are. Okay, thanks. Bye now.